Hey everyone! Ecamm Live was tricking me, not allowing me to jump on and make this work. So hopefully you can see me. I need to do that. So I'm in preview mode. Will that mess around? Hit me up with a little emoji. Let me know that you can see me. I am going to hopefully get this up on my computer so I can see what's going on. Back to live mode. Okay, let's do that. Hopefully I'm here. Oh good, I can see an emoji. Thank you for letting me know. We're diving into session 3 today, so you are absolutely in the right place if you are looking to learn more about the traffic secrets of top life coaches today. I don't want you to be intimidated or scared away. Scared away by talking about traffic and the likes of Facebook ads today. We will be touching on what's in your workbook. If you do not have this workbook, you want to follow along. We have the other sessions in the guides section of the group. So if you are on your mobile or laptop, you can come along. I was just watching the coronavirus briefing there for where I live. There was some madman going crazy in the background. Anyway, if I go to say connect and convert, which is here, you will see on mobile, where are those guides? Here we are, visit. I didn't have it open. There we are. You'll see just up there, it says guides if you're on your mobile. There, one of those little tabs. If you're on desktop, it's up the top as well. So in there, you'll see a place to jump in. There's the workbook, there's the session, so you can dive in there if you have missed any. But I know several of you have been to the ones that we already have done, and you're here ready to jump in live. This still works even if you haven't seen the others, but I want you to be aware that this week's Wildly in Demand Life Coaching Workshop is about becoming a Wildly in Demand Life Coach, which means that you are getting the right kind of clients gravitating to you. You are clear on your message to market. You have one amazing offer that you don't need to open and close launch, and that you utilize authority building, connection creating tools like the webinar, the no pitch webinar that we talked about yesterday. Or you have other ways of delivering value. Maybe it's in a free group. Perhaps you have some beautiful guides that you give away for free to grow your list while you're building up to doing your webinar as well. But in order to get the momentum that I know you're wanting, you are going to need to power up some traffic. Okay, so that's what we're talking about today. But workbook is at victoriagibson.com/workbook if you haven't already got it. And we will follow along, and I'll get to that in a moment. But I wanted everyone to know that, remember, we had our 3 big roadblocks that we were addressing this week. And they're the roadblocks to becoming wildly in demand. The first is your offer. So we talked about this the other day. Rather than doing free, hi Greta, doing free and one-off sessions and hourly one-on-one coaching, you can shift to the leverage of an intimate small group mastermind or group coaching program, okay? I talked you through that offer the other day, what that could look like, how long, and what to charge. So if you haven't seen that yet, go back to session 1. Then we mentioned in session 2 how you could start getting your prospects or getting your target audience to start pre-qualifying themselves to join that offer. We talked about that, if you're starting at a certain price point, you do need some of that so that you're not doing endless calls, educating everyone on who you are, creating connection, sharing what you stand for, what you can help them create or see in their own lives to change and transform. So we talked through in session 2 the no pitch webinar. Okay, if you still have questions about either of those, pop them in the chat today. I will be here coaching live as well, so I'm happy to go through niche questions, webinar, offer, ads, opt-ins, freebies, email list, whatever you want to ask, come on live. That's the advantage of jumping in here and asking me, because we'll be doing that in the threads. So yes, we've got those blocks that we talked about. The first one was the offer. Okay, so I talked about how you could shift to creating a group coaching offer or mastermind, even if you're just starting out, even if you already have a low priced online course. Just because you have charged a couple of $100s for an online course doesn't mean that you can't transform that into a mastermind by adding layers of value in the group delivery and within your own coaching with those clients. Doesn't mean you don't coach one-on-one. If you want to coach one-on-one, you can. All I'm offering to you is that you can be coaching one-on-one in a group environment, which is super, super cool. So definitely have a think about making that big shift to overcome the block of your offer. I talked about this in session 1, but the reason the offer is a block when you stick with one-on-one coaching is, unless you're charging on average, kind of $10,000 a client, you're going to find it hard to detach your time from growing your business and reaching your income goals. And I know a lot of you have lofty income goals, okay? Most of my clients come to me earning $2,000 a month. $2,000 to $4,000 is what I see time and time again. And look, it's nothing to be sneezed at. Great. You have got something moving and you're earning between $2,000 and $4,000 a month. It's great. But once you pay for all your software, tools, you count up all your time and the hours that you're putting in, because most of you I know are over delivering, that you may as well go and kind of get a job, right? And get paid an hourly rate. And then at least when you come home, you're not stuck thinking about it all the time and stressing about it, working 7 days a week. I don't know why every time I jump on here, I've got hair in my eye. So that's kind of what I want to invite you to welcome in that leverage from the beginning. Most life coaches think that they're going to need to wait until they're more experienced, or until they're more qualified, or until they've coached on all the things and they're just a general life coach before they can start stepping in to higher value group offerings. So when I talk about a group offering, oh, hi there, how you going? Nice to see you there, Kelly. I think it's Kelly. From New York. Cool. So cool. I love having everyone from over the world. I'm coming live from Melbourne, Australia, if you're wondering where I am. So basically, you don't have to wait to make that shift, is what I'm here to tell you. It is there, ready and available for you. Yes, then we go to that second block, which is how to qualify your clients so that you're not having to network, that you're not having to DM constantly, that you're not having to have cold conversations and sales calls where you're trying to pitch stuff and then it just feels like you're just like a used car salesman. No, we don't want to do that either. So you do need something that provides great connection, that sets you up with lovely authority, building value. Like, I love giving away value. I'm so happy not everyone decides to be a client. That is fine. If you come and take value out of this, I am all good with that, okay? So I'm not beating myself up going, oh my God, I had a conversation with someone, or I came on here and not everyone bought my offer. It's no big deal because I've got leverage. My clients join my group programs. So tomorrow I'll be announcing one of my programs that you can definitely come and join, which is phenomenal and I love it. And it is going to help you get traction with everything that we talk about this week. But I'm not going into that today. I'll talk about that tomorrow because really I just want to show up and be able to share with you the proven methods that make a difference. I am a life coach, but I'm primarily an online business mentor, marketing coach, business coach. That is my true love. That is my true power. It's not to say life coaching doesn't light me up. It absolutely does. But I'm not going to stand before you and start coaching you on all your, thought blocks that are keeping you from marketing, because I know you have a lot. I know that generally from speaking to my clients, they are about getting themselves out there, getting visible. And even in fact, when they have a clear message to market, there is still that fear about getting visible. What I like to do is say, here's the next steps. And here's kind of like I talked yesterday about the buffet concept. Here's a buffet of options for you. I'm not all about saying, hey, go and create an online program for $97 and just start there. I'm about working with where you're at now and where you feel that you're ready to take the next step as well. Even if you are a bit scared, it's totally normal. Okay, but having that mentorship to move through, I firmly believe that having the strategies there helps you kind of get over a bit of that, I'm putting myself out there, this is scary, right? Because we're all afraid to fail. Of course we are. It's our brain keeping us safe, right? Like, it's human nature. And people who aren't, well, good for them. And I'm glad I see that most of them are generally, I'm not being sexist, would identify as male, okay? So that's just, they don't seem to have that overthinking or questioning like we do. And that's why I love serving women too, because I know that when you can see the examples, when you can see the strategies, when you can see the steps laid out in front and you have someone to support and guide you, that you can make it happen. I know that because I've helped hundreds of women coaches and consultants do this, go from $2,000 a month or $4,000 a month, like one of my clients, Alana. Thanks, Lara, for tagging that in. That's awesome, making sure that no one misses the live. I love Lara. She helps me so much. Brilliant. Is that, even someone like Alana, who came to me with 27 online courses, right? Making $4,000 a month. I'm like, oh my gosh, if I could have the time, dedication, and discipline and overcome my own ADHD to create 27 courses, I'd be making way more than $4,000. But think about that. You need to have funnels, pathways, client pipelines for all of those offers. I was just like, whoa, it's too much. Let's go in, let's get the value. You don't have to create an online course. But there was nothing better. We got her firstly to $10,000 a month, then $25,000 a month. And then this was using traffic, right? Traffic was the big generator. This is the thing that makes the difference. If you see any of the life coaches that you admire, go into Facebook ad library, Google Facebook ad library, put their name up the top and see all the ads they're running. I guarantee they're running them, okay? So I even see some of these life coaches telling you don't need ads. Why are they running them then? Because they work. Okay, now I'm not here to tell you go off and hire an ad agency. In fact, I'll tell you to do quite the opposite, because this is another investment in your business. This is not investment as in go and hire an ad agency, investment in knowledge. That knowledge will be your asset to bring in clients on demand time and time again. It works together with having a great leveraged offer, having a no pitch webinar, and having the traffic feeding people either into your list and then you offer the webinar later or directly into your webinar. Okay, this is the engine room for you being able to create to become a wildly in demand life coach. Okay, it is the engine for you getting more clarity and confidence. It is because you'll be coaching people, right? How amazing, right? We fast track it so that you do not have to endlessly post on social media. You do not have to create a podcast if you don't want to. I'm on my second creation of a podcast. It is hard work. I love showing up. If you have not subscribed, can you please give me some love? Because I put a lot of work into it. And even I'm like, I could just run ads. I could just do a webinar. It'd be a whole lot easier. But I want things that you can access on demand. And I want to do more hard things in my business this year. But I'm in like I started in 2010, right? I'm a decade on. I feel like now, I know where my message is and I want to create more of a podcast. I have another podcast, which was, what's that even called? Sky High Results Online. That's still on there too. I've done more podcast episodes in my new one that I've been committed to with How to Earn More as a Life Coach than I had in 6 years of my other podcast, because I wasn't being consistent. I wasn't showing up. Why? Because it's a distraction. Get the key elements working first, right? You don't need to go straight to a podcast. It's like I tell people, do not get a monthly membership either, unless you're charging $1,000 a month for that membership. Okay, do not get I want a $47 membership or a $19 or a $77 or please do not do that if you are starting out and you do not have a big traffic source or a list. Like, seriously, minimum $197 a month, then you could think about it if you have ads dialed in and you have a great funnel. Other than that, the churn is generally 3 months. That's the average retention for a membership, okay? So if you're going to charge $27 a month, I can never do the math, but I think that's about $80, right? and you're going to be helping them, giving them access to all your great content. Most people set it up so they're having to create new content and fresh content every month. People come into your membership, they're totally overwhelmed with all the stuff. What I'm suggesting is get some more high value clients, bring them into a beautiful, intimate group where you get the momentum of the group there, okay? So no podcasting, no blogging. I mean, if you want to do it, fine, but you don't need to do it if you have targeted posting and invitations that you use with your Facebook ads, okay? We're only going to be talking the basics here. I could go down the biggest rabbit hole. I have been teaching and doing Facebook ads consistently for a decade. You want to know something about Facebook ads? I will know it. I'm not trying to be a smart aleck, right? I've done more than 10,000 hours. I do it, people pay me a lot of money to run their ads if they need that. I don't really do it. I only do it for a select group of people who make, over 6 figures a week, right? And they have gone and hired other people to do their ads, and they come back to me and I said, no, I'm not doing your ads anymore. They're like, please, can you do them? Right? Okay, I will do them for you. You can make your 6 figures a week, but that's it. I'm directing traffic. I have been doing it for 10 years and I know how to make it work, okay? I know how to create messages and market them on Facebook to make them work. Doesn't mean we don't have to tweak and optimize sometimes, right? I need to work with what's in you. What you want to create is your perfect offer, okay? But there's more accessible ways to work with me to still get those things worked out. We're going to talk about that tomorrow, okay? We're going to be talking about Facebook ads basics. I mentioned before about Alana moving from $10,000 to $25,000 a month. And last year she sent me an email and said, Victoria, how are you? I haven't spoken to you for a while. I really wanted to let you know that I've already crossed the 7-figure line this year. And this was this was May last year. She said, by June, I've already crossed it. And, I'm probably going to make another $250,000 in the month of June. And that was by focusing on the one course. From the very moment that we got together, I said, this is the course that you need to focus on. This is the message. The other stuff is great. Now, my clients will come back and go, but I have this little other course here. Maybe I could start doing that. I can make it $47. I'm like, no, I know you've created it. I'm not saying throw it out, but we're not focusing there. If you want to, bring it in as a bonus when people join your group program. You don't have to leave behind anything you've done. I've still got an old course, a message to market course. It's okay. Some people still tell me it's all right. It's not where I am now. I wouldn't be actively marketing it. It's time to move on. It's still there if people want to go through it, but I'm not actively marketing it because what I have now has evolved to such a level. It's so much better. All that experience, all that coaching has come together to really, I've been able to put my best stuff into one clear market, one clear, clear group of amazing life coaches who the reason they're amazing life coaches is generally because they're not great at marketing, okay? You're not a marketing or a business coach, right? For a reason, and that's fine. I can help you with that, okay? So I basically want to let you know about that. Let me just grab up, I want to see who's here because my Ecamm Live, if you do want to comment, just accept the thing. Don't worry, I'm not going to spam you with it, but then I can see your name. Otherwise, I do miss some of the comments and I want to make sure that I have them here. Show me some love, give me a few emojis, just let me know you're here because I want to show up and give you everything you need. I hope you've been enjoying the session so far. I do want to also let you know, because you may not know, these are going to come down next Tuesday night, Wednesday, Aussie time, okay? So they disappear, the sessions disappear. You need to make sure that you get it. Oh, hi Rosalie, you are here. You are so cool that you are on each live. I love that so much. I can even add you to the broadcast there, which is super cool. It's awesome to have you here. I hope you've been getting some ahas. If you've still got some questions, Rosalie, please post them in as we go. I would love to see. I just want to make sure who else is here as well, that I got you covered. Because yes, I'm going to talk about the detail of ads, but I want to talk about in general first oh Claire, you're here, you made it, yay, awesome. You got here. I know. I actually thought I had scheduled the other group, but not the live. But I know it was scheduled in the Facebook event section, so it's a bit confusing as well. But tomorrow we are going to be bringing all of this together as well. But today I do want to zero in on Facebook ads. If I can leave you with the confidence to be open to learning about Facebook ads, they're definitely something that you need to follow a process. You don't want to just dive in and try. I see so many people who either with Facebook ads, they hire an agency or hire somebody else to do it for them, which eats into your spend, and basically they can't write ads better than you can. You know what you want to share. The more personal you can be with your voice, the better on Facebook, okay? So they either use an agency and do their dough pretty quickly, or they try and they don't have the essentials that they need, so they just consider that Facebook ads don't work. Facebook ads do need some testing and tweaking time, but we also like to shortcut some of that time with you as well. Does it mean some of it's not overwhelming or intimidating? No, it's going to feel, overwhelming and intimidating because it's new. You guys probably know something that I don't know, that if I tried to learn it, it would be pretty full on. I've got a client in my mastermind who used to be a concert violinist. Now, she beats herself up going, I don't know, the ads seem overwhelming. And I'm like, well, guess what seems overwhelming to me? Jumping up on a stage and playing the violin, right? In an orchestra. I'd have no clue where to start. Now, Facebook ads isn't anywhere near as hard as that. You don't need anywhere near as much experience to be able to pull this off, okay? We're not talking A-League, Premiership player, know how to do this stuff. Like, it is basic. Facebook have made it so much better. If you want to know how hard it was when I started learning it in 2011, there were not anywhere near the tools and support there are. Facebook get a really bad rap, but they've been working really hard to make it easier, and a lot of kind of drag and drop stuff, a lot of reporting, a lot of tools that help you create it. Basically, they want you to be part of their ecosystem. Okay, of course they do, because that's how they make money. Okay, I'm not blind and to that's what they want. Of course they do, but they know that in order to make money, they need to make sure that the advertisers are sharing things that the audience want to see. So really, it's is a bit like social media, in that we need to get engagement happening. How do we do that? By speaking directly and specifically to the right kind of people. Yes, we have to follow ad rules, but in terms of there's things we can't say and things that we need to stay within the guidelines of. But the more engaging we can make it, the more personalized we can make it. We are in the best seat in the house as far as marketing is concerned. We have got personality-based brands. And I don't mean, you might go, but I'm an introvert, I don't have much personality online, I don't know how to put myself out there. I don't mean that. You'll start to develop that. But what I do mean is that you're just a person that people want to deal with, people, not logos and companies and big brands. They're struggling to get the message out there on social media because they can't do it in a way that we can. So we have an advantage. We have a tool, which is Facebook ads, which is low cost views, engagement, and traffic to our offers, okay? And while we have this, hello, let's use it. I wish I'd gotten over myself way earlier than I did when I learned Facebook ads. I remember, I did webinars as soon as I learned Facebook ads for myself. And then I, made things, I sold $97 courses from webinars. It worked, but of course I doubted myself and didn't think it worked the way it needed to work, and I had to change everything and chop and change things, spend years helping other people create 6 and 7 figure brands. And then keep questioning, overthinking, and doubting my own gifts and knowledge and how I was going to be sharing that. Okay, I don't want you to do that. You do not have to wait. You do not have to spend a decade like I have, right? You can fast track it a whole lot quicker. All right. I'm not here to say it's not going to bring up some of your stuff. It's not going to, it's not a learning curve. It absolutely is. But the sooner you start with it, the sooner you're going to get results, right? a thing ask you like, yes, absolutely. The ads thingy, yes. I think you're talking about audiences, Claire, about zeroing in. You're talking about audience size, perhaps. But yes, you want to kind of get as targeted as you can in the Facebook ads. We can talk about that as well. I just want to make sure I'm seeing your comments here so that I can't see them always on Ecamm Live, so I'm going to pull them up on my laptop here. But yes, you do. It's worth specifying in your content and in your audience, okay? So heard someone that long copy conversions are the most risky, expensive to run. No, I find long copy generally works the best. It converts the best, and I haven't had any issues with it getting banned at all. So no, I do not think that is true at all. Good, I am on there live. I'm looking at the comments too. And oh, Lindsay's there too. Hi Lindsay, nice to see you again. Yeah, so look, Facebook do actively place all ads, can disable your account, can disapprove your ads, all of that kind of stuff absolutely can happen. So you want to really familiarize yourself with the guidelines. You can just Google them, Facebook ad guidelines, and just as long as you're playing within those rules, it works. The amount of copy in your ad isn't going to be what gets you banned. It's when you are using certain trigger words that they do not like and things like that that are going to get you banned. It's not, or calling out specific characteristics of your audience. It's not the amount of text in your ads, okay? So, so Facebook ads is basically a multiplier. It allows you to really focus in and create, I'm here to, create engagement, invitations, and offers that are going to get in front of the right kind of people. So we're going targeted is the key here, okay? Rather than just getting it out there to everyone, which is kind of what you're doing on social media a little bit, yet the algorithm is not in your favor. Unless you are doing Instagram Reels or you're dropping TikTok videos, you're not going to reach a wide amount of traffic by just organic posting. Yes, if you've got an engaged following, you will be getting it seen, and it's still a viable thing to do. I'm not suggesting not to, but posting on your Facebook business page and things like that, hoping to get things moving, is going to take you a very long time. So I'm not here to poo-poo organic traffic or organic social media, and by that I mean just posting for free on there. It's still part of what you should do. It should come together. But if you want to wait around for the results, if you're starting from scratch with that, no problem. But if you want to fast track things, then you're going to use ads. And even if it doesn't work straight out of the gate, what you're doing is getting really valuable feedback and researching your message and uncovering where your pockets of opportunity are. What do people resonate with most? All of that good stuff, okay? So I totally recommend it, and I'm here to answer your questions. So no matter what, don't fear. Even if you're just starting out, definitely dive in. So the main mistake here is that people are relying too much on their organic feeds, okay, or thinking they have to blog or whatever, and they shy away from Facebook ads, or they've tried it before or outsourced it and it hasn't worked, okay? I know that it can work for you. I know that it can fast track. Even when it feels like maybe sometimes it doesn't work, you're still building up views and audience in your list that you can come back to, okay? So Rosalie, I'll be talking about that tomorrow, about if you need help getting started, what you can do, because I covered that in my invitation tomorrow as well. So as far as your workbook goes, come to session 3 where we're going to talk about these traffic secrets. I want to make sure I do cover the workbook so you have a tangible takeaway as well. And yes, okay, Rosalie, you dabbled. You are so, it's so great that you're sharing this, that you've dabbled. A lot of people, try and dabble and then it's like, okay, it didn't work because they don't know what to be looking for. There's a few layers that you want to be checking when you're running your ads to know. The first one you can do before you get any results is understand how much is it costing to get somebody to your landing page. Don't boost your post on your Facebook page, okay? Do not do that. That is just a way for Facebook to try and take your money from people who don't want to learn ads, okay? Do not boost your post on Facebook ads. you want to be sending them to a page. I'll talk about a way that you may not have to do that as well in here. So there'll be the different type of ads. So Rosalie, you're going to get the way to get started in today's session. And then if you want to go deeper and have help, then we're going to talk about that tomorrow as well. So like I said, I've been running Facebook ads for a decade. For myself, for clients, there has not been one day that I've not been running ads in the last decade, okay? So definitely you're in the right place, and you're at home with me if you want to talk about Facebook ads, okay? The main thing is, in the blank space here, you don't need a huge budget. You can start, I generally recommend $20 a day. Now, some people go, I don't want to spend $20 a day. It's like, you have a business, right? I was talking about creating an offer, $2,000 to $5,000. How much is it going to cost you to get one of those clients? Well, we can talk about that, right? Like, this is what the model that we'd be looking at, okay? Maybe I'm just going to put that over there, right? So let's talk about it. We can start with a $5,000 offer, okay? If we just, let's do the numbers. Can you see that? Maybe you can't. Oh, orange is probably not a great option. Oh, it does show up. Okay, your offer is $5,000. Say you do that, even if you're starting off, that's a realistic price for, like, even if you didn't want to do 3 months and you're thinking, I've still got to get new clients, maybe you could do it for 6 months, okay? But say each client value is $5,000, all right? And we'll talk about what I've suggested about getting people to a webinar. All right, the first thing is we want to run some ads, and I'm going to talk about the different types of ads that you can run. Today, I'm going to be talking about an engagement ad, to get people seeing your posts and what you're sharing, not necessarily asking them to do anything, right? Other than see you, connect with you, uncover what it is you're helping them with, what value you can offer. Okay, so you can do engagement ads if you want. They're cheap. They're just a way to get engagement on the post. The more engagement you get on your ads, the cheaper they are. Why I like things like engagement ads is that we're not always just going, hey, have this straight away. We're building some rapport, but we're also generating awareness. Now, why do you think businesses have billboards down the highway? Okay, it's not because they go, oh, I know we got 5 sales today from that billboard. No, what it was is that they know that that awareness is being generated. So particularly if you're a new life coach, nobody knows who you are, nobody's heard of you, and you're trying to get started, awareness can be amazing. And the transfer of authority from people just seeing an ad, the amount of people that automatically then think you know your stuff is quite astounding, right? I'm inviting you to go deeper than that on just seeing someone in an ad and thinking that they know their stuff. But what I'm saying is most people do, there is a transfer of authority that happens with that, okay? I also talked about I'm going to talk about lead ads. If you don't want to set up any funnels, you can go straight to lead ads. No funnels, no pages, no nothing. You can just use lead ads. We're also going to talk about the ads that I like, which are conversion ads. We'll talk about video ads as well. That might scare you, but all you need is a phone for that. But conversion ads are the main ones I run. And they will be looking to get an email opt-in, okay? I will get an email opt-in for a guide or a webinar, okay? And my webinars might be automated as well, so I can be running them when I don't even have to show up live. All of those can help people in America when I'm still sleeping, when it's 2 a.m. and they're waking up or whatever it is. I mean, I have a lot of American clients, so that's not a problem for the coaching. But some of the time when it's 2 in the morning is their daytime, right? So my marketing can be working for me over there, no problems. And I'm still getting people onto my list, and I'm showing up with value, and some of them will become clients and some won't, and that is totally fine. When I know how much each subscriber is worth to me on my list, then that's okay. Not everyone has to buy, right? So we've got to get out of this mentality that we've got to turn ads on and it's got to work straight away. Too many people are focused on the money, being spent. What I'm suggesting is that you'll know if an ad is working after spending $20, right? So I see other coaches teaching you got to kind of burn through $1,000 to see if something's working. You don't necessarily, okay? Most people with the right message to market shouldn't have to do that. But even if you have invested $1,000 and you haven't got a sale yet, and you're offering something at $5,000, you've still got some wiggle room, right? no, you don't want that to continue, to have to spend, $3,000 per $5,000 sale. But if you did, you're still profitable. Okay. Now, not many people know how to teach profitable ads as well. A lot of people say, oh, you got to test all these things and you burn through your budget really quickly. Or if you go to an agency, I saw like one of my clients, I'm helping her with some marketing strategy. She used to be my mastermind and she's got a multi-7-figure business now. And I said, oh, let me just take a peek at your ads and what's going on in there. And I'm even like, what the hell is going on in there? And that is like, a 7-figure business is still, there's missteps that can be made, okay? But it's generally agreed that ads will power up what you've got, okay? So we'll be using the ads. If you don't know how much an email opt-in is costing, I suggest stick around $5, okay? So say we've got 5, sometimes it goes higher, it depends what niche. If you're in life coaching, you should be able to get opt-ins for around $5 each. Okay, so that's per email opt-in. No one's bought anything from you yet, but that is valuable investment. Why? Because it's building a targeted audience for you that you can communicate with on demand, that you own. It's not in a Facebook group that if Facebook decide that they're not going to give any love to groups anymore, that you lose everything. It's in your email list. Okay, it's people that you can message as and when you need, that you can access time and time again. That is value. Okay. If we talk about it in terms of a webinar registration, say we spend $100 after we've, $20 a day, we run for 5 days, we do $20 a day to spend the $100, okay? Then we get 20 people who sign up for our webinar, okay? So $100 has cost us 20. Generally, you might get, if you're doing well, you should get 3 people. Like, obviously, you want to spend more than $100 on your webinar. I'm just saying you can do this. There's no reason why you wouldn't want to set things up and start if you're worried about investing and losing the money. But don't forget, you're growing your list every time you're running webinar ads. So that is the beauty as well. 3 people come live to your webinar, right? And we know that generally you might get 20 to 30%, say 30% should put their hand up, right, for a call with you, okay? So you should be able to get at least 1 call, okay? But I say 1 out of 4 calls will convert, so this is probably a bit low to demonstrate with you. That 1 call could convert, and then hello, you spent $100 to get 5,000. Less likely, okay? So let's pop that up and times it by 5, and you spend $500, and all of a sudden you have 5 calls, or say you have the 4 calls. You now have the chance of getting the 1 sale for 5K. So you've spent $500 to get 5,000. That is probably more likely to be around the case. You may spend, just depending on your message, $500 to $1,000 for a client. I ran a $3,000 program for a long time, and the cost per acquisition for that was $600. They're nice odds. Okay, sometimes you can get that in the share market this year with the shares going the way they are. You can definitely get it in the property market at the moment. But in terms of business, like hello, we as coaches, we have one of the highest margin businesses around. We're not having to pay rent to a store, stock it full of products and sit there and hold all that stock. Okay, we're not paying the rent, we're not paying all the bills. Sure, you're working from home, so you might be paying your mortgage or paying your rent there, but you're also living there, okay? So it doesn't mean there are no expenses, but as far as margins are concerned, hello. So when people want to say to me, oh, I don't want to run ads, they're really expensive. It's like, no, ads are an investment. They should be giving you a return. Yes, may have to dial that in. Some people are just like go from the beginning and they're building their list and things are moving, okay? And even if they run a webinar and it's their first webinar and that doesn't run as well, what you can be doing is going, okay, great. Well, say I ran $500 worth of ads, but I didn't get a sale. What I do now have is 100 subscribers to my list. How can I be going back to them, adding some value? How could I be inviting more of them to come and talk to me on a call if you want to fast track a sale and get a sale happening? Once you have 1 sale, take a piece of that and put it back in your ads. So effectively, what I'm suggesting is that your ad shouldn't cost you anything, but a bit of time and effort, okay? And accountability, like this isn't something you just want to outsource. Because A, you compromise the amount you can spend on your ads when you're paying someone to do them. B, you never know when something's going wrong or, what to fix, and you're at the mercy of somebody else and it's costing you money every time, okay? But yes, Claire, they make it easy to press the boost button, but that's just tipping your money down the drain. Never let Facebook have control of your advertising dollars by letting them boost your budget or letting them place the ads everywhere. Because guess where they put them? Shitsville territory, honestly. They go, because look, with Facebook ads, the prime real estate is the newsfeed. So most ads will be showing on mobile as well, okay? So this prime real estate, okay? So everybody's gunning for this. It's an auction-based system. So Facebook only have a limited amount of space that they can give to this. So guess where they're going to put you when you don't dictate where you want to be? Shitsville. Right? And it's not going to look like a post. It's not going to be as engaging, and you're going to tank your ads. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Yeah, exactly, Rosalie. Like, that's the thing. Traditional business, most people are putting 70% back into business, right? But in coaching, we sort of think, well, maybe it's, I don't know, the myths out there that people are like, hey, you can just make thousands and do it straight away. Like, who decided that you're going to be an overnight success, like in something you've never done before, and that you've got to learn some new skills for, just like learning life coaching? You've got to learn this marketing stuff. You have to. It's a non-negotiable, right? Marketing is everything we do now. It's everything in business. I know you might hate it. That's okay. That's why I'm here to show you that it doesn't have to be as hard. It is. The more you keep thinking it's hard and putting it off, the worse you're going to be about your business, okay? Or the worse you're not going to be enjoying your business, okay? So let's talk about targeting on Facebook, because yes, I can tell you about spending and I'm telling you all these magic wand beautiful things, and that can absolutely happen. But we need some fundamentals first. We need to find your audience on Facebook. Now, some of you are going to tell me about demographics, right? That first blank. You can target your audience based on demographics. By demographics, I mean age, sex, location, those kind of things, okay? Now, this is also where a lot of people like to go with their message to market. And it can play a part, but we've got to get way more drilled down than just that. But you can, I use countries. I like Australia, Canada, US, New Zealand for me in my time zone. Nothing against UK. I love the UK. The time zone does not work for my group coaching programs because I have live coaching. I want to interact. I want people to be able to show up. It's not just all online, okay? So UK doesn't work for me as much as I have had UK clients, but doesn't work as well for me. But what the beauty of Facebook is that it's hearts and minds of people. They are seeing what everybody posts day in, day out, collating all that, collating what they're interested in, what they talk about, what they like in other people's posts, who they follow, all those kind of things, what they're posting about, special events, things that are coming up, all of those life stage things that can happen, having a baby, being a parent, all of that stuff. Facebook got data, right, on it all. And we get the opportunity to tap into that, right? Now, I don't want to go into the whole Big Brother and whether it's right, whatever. They're not revealing individual facts about those people. It's still privacy is protected, but depends where you sit on that. But I'm not here to go into that. What I love is that it's about targeting hearts and minds. It's not just, say, if we ran ads on Google, there's nothing wrong with Google ads either. They're bloody hard to get your head around. That might just be a thought. They are a little bit, they are harder than Facebook ads, but they're for people searching for a specific thing. With Facebook, what's so great is that we have the opportunity to stop their scroll with something that they may not even know they have, but that they need. But we're talking in a way that they're like, I need that. It creates desire, it creates connection, it creates engagement. Google ads don't do that because they wait for you to already put something in, okay? So you can be shown based on their likes, interest, and behavior, okay? Hearts and minds. I like to just say hearts and minds because it's more than just how old they are or that they're a mum or where they live. Okay, it's about how they think, how they feel, what they desire, what they really want, what they're struggling with. Those kind of things are able to be connected with on Facebook. Time to commit to them. Yes, time to commit to your ads. Absolutely. If you're not doing ads, it's the single biggest reason why your business is not moving. Okay, absolutely. So I have added, oh God, I went on the wrong page. I'm a big duffer. I know, I was talking about the targeting later. I'll finish that targeting bit and then we'll bounce back. Sorry guys, skipped over it. I put some target there for general personal development targets that you could try and use. Some of those I love and work super well. Life coaching, depending on what niche you're in, you can absolutely post in here and ask me what would be some good targets for you. I'm happy to help you. Sorry, my loves. I went on the wrong page. I should actually. Some systems type people do tell me things like they would like page numbers. I don't get around to such details, so my apologies. But engagement ad, that's what I was talking about on the whiteboard, okay? They should lead to clicks, likes, comments, and shares. That's what you want. And why, you know, when I was talking, sorry, I'm jumping all over because I moved it, but the engagement ads, they were the ones that are more like your regular social media posts. Then if you get more clicks, likes, comments, and shares, guess what? Facebook allow you to go back and talk to those people with more of an offer, your webinar invitation, your freebie, come to a call, all of those things collated by Facebook, you can go back. Now, you can do that at the moment. We may not be able to do that forever. There has been some big shifts with the iOS changes to privacy. We can still target people who've looked at stuff before. Maybe we can't down the track. I don't know. Make hay while the sun shines, I say. Because I wish I'd made hay while the sun shines when I used to be able to get, you know, $2 opt-ins back on Facebook. Now, I still get some of my clients $2 opt-ins, like, hello. And then they say to me, are those ads going well? I'm like, yes, all day long. There's not many other places you can get $2 email opt-ins, okay? So you can even do something like share a Facebook Live where you're giving some value. It's a tip, it's strict. Don't be giving everything in one post, right? Don't over deliver with too much information, right? Because it's overwhelming and people tune out. Just nice quick tips. Share something, that can move the needle for them. If you want to put an offer at the end of something that they could apply for or get a guide or a webinar, fine, but you don't have to, okay? Because like I said, Facebook capturing everything on those engagement ads all the time. You can do video or not. Video is super easy if you got one of these, which most people have some kind of phone with a camera on it that can capture video. I know you don't want to get on video. I don't particularly relish getting on video either, but it is an essential way to really get more connection and engagement, and that will lead to more sales down the track. I use a light. I recommend getting a light, like a ring light. Just Google a ring light. I don't care what brand it is. People go, what brand? There's a gazillion of them. Have a look at the Amazon reviews and get the one with good reviews that fits your budget, is all I've got to say. I've got to tell you what my lights used to look like before they had these ring lights. These big soft boxes for videos that you'd haul around, like 4 of them on stands. Oh my goodness. Like, as if you're going to get that out all the time. People, like at one stage when videos first came out back online in, 2011, 2012, people are like, yeah, you got to get your green screen and then all your soft boxes. Like, it was a palaver. It is not a palaver anymore. I just leave my ring light on my desk, right? Turn it on when I want to go live. If you're doing your phone, you can I've got like a phone clip on my ring light as well. So you can just pop that up, okay? Just start doing it. You should see my first videos, even some of my videos now. Ramble. But when I first started, oh my God, my videos, like horrible. Of course, like who cares? People still like to watch video, okay? So try it out. I've got to say, in your favor, if you're anti-video, as far as conversion ads go, images work better anyway. Now, that doesn't mean you have to go out and get some fancy pants, Eiffel Tower shot with, your hair blowing in a fan and be all glamorous, right? The more real the photo, the better. Selfies, get your kid or your partner or your friend to take one, and they work best, right? Which is great. Not that you might not want to get professional shots for certain things. I'm definitely not here to say don't do that, but you don't need it. These are all the things that we limit. Oh, but I don't want to be in an ad. Or what if, like, you know, my next door neighbor's cousin sees it? Well, you're in business now, so they might see it. Yeah, sometimes it's embarrassing. That's okay. You're not, like, we're just creating drama that's going to stop us from doing it. We want to fail in advance for some reason, right? Just to avoid failing down the track. I'm suggesting get momentum, get moving so that you can start helping more people. If you're too wrapped up in your own self, then you're not going to be thinking about those people that you can impact. So move past that. I tell my kids things like that all the time. They're like, "You're really mean to me, Mum." No, I'm not. I'm honest. Okay? A lead ad is a way, if you don't want to set up doing pages, I might do, if a few of you write in that you want to see how to create great landing pages for your ads, I might do a little bonus workshop over this period of time. All these videos will be coming down next week on Wednesday. Okay, so you want to make sure you go through them, but I'm going to be giving you a few bonus trainings. Tomorrow we're going to be pulling it together. Another day I'm going to do niche. I think that's on my Friday, your Thursday if you're in the States. I'll do niche brainstorming session. I also would like to do like a bit of a landing page session, so you know where to send your ads and how to create those so that they work well. And if you've got one, I'm happy to have a look at them. In my mastermind that I'm in, they call them tear downs. I won't tear it down. I might give you some active suggestions. But you can start with lead ads, okay? So lead ads are a way, you may have done this yourself, or you click on the ad and the Facebook information comes up, like your email and name are already on there. You can tie that into your mail service or just get it downloaded to a spreadsheet of email addresses that you can collect, okay? So you can do lead ads. These are just like quick ads that you don't have to create complicated funnels. I'm giving you different levels here, okay? If you've got questions about them, go for it. Someone's asked for targets for money mindset. Yeah, so think about, you know, obviously coaches in that space, people who are thinking about kind of money and what comes up with that in the life coaching, personal development space. You can go like your more general, like your Tony Robbins and even like your what's it called? Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad works very well. It's a money investment type book. Female type ones you can go with, even like your Byron Katie, Martha Beck, like your general life coaching, that still might capture some of the money stuff there. And I mean, I know a lot of money coaches, but I know they don't come up in targets, so that makes it a little bit harder. But if there's some that you have been watching, pop their details in and see if they come up for you. What else? I'm trying to think of money coaches. Who else specifically is an actual money coach that you could go and poach their people? That's the thing. It's great when competition comes up because then you're like, great. Problem with money mindset ones, I don't think there's quite as many as general life coach, personal development, but definitely the David Bark and Susie Orman comes up as well. Susie Orman's a good one. Susie Orman, David Bark, Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, start there. And if you want to go more a softer female edge, you can go Martha Beck, you can go Byron Katie. I was trying to think of her name. I love Byron Katie though. The other one with money mindset is, what's the woman who talks like she's a man? Oh, she doesn't talk like a man. Abraham Hicks, Esther Hicks. Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks is another law of attraction. People are into money mindset. They love that stuff all day long. All right, so hopefully that helps you. I don't know who was asking that. Choyo. There you go. That's who you could go with. But for you, Choyo, I think you wanted like corporate, more success-minded women. Susie Orman, David Bark would be great. Hopefully that helps you. And video ads. So I talked about the video ads, how you could create a video. In that, you can follow a bit of a structure. You want a bit of a pattern interrupt. Get to the point straight away. Don't go, "Hi, I'm Victoria and I'm a life coach." No one cares, right? They haven't seen you before. They don't know you. So hit straight on what you're going to share. The what of it, the why of it, the lesson, a quick tip, something to action. and how they can apply it, okay? And then if you want to do a little invitation, hey, come join my group or something like that, group stuff doesn't really work as well directly in an ad. I wouldn't suggest you do that. I suggest you have a freebie with the invitation to the group in follow-up email or on your thank you page, okay? Yes, that is true, Rosalie. Absolutely. Practical budgeting and management side. People like Fanush Tarabi talks about more like money, practical money saving tips and things like that. So, and I know that David Bark is very much like that too. So, absolutely. So we talked about, if you have any other questions on targeting, no problem. Please ask me. I also talk on the other page about a messaging ad. Once again, these are all ads that you don't even need a funnel for, okay? So you can just be, on Facebook, you can use Messenger, right, to talk to people. So you can actually create an ad that allows people to message you if they want to find out more or connect with you. I suggest you have something to give them. People aren't just going to message you to go, hey, hi, like this isn't my most loved strategy, but it is available to you. Some of you who are already messaging with clients, you might want to use something like that, okay? So the rise of Facebook Messenger, you can create ad that asks for a comment, okay? And then have the opportunity to start messaging. Like just them putting in a trigger word can open a Facebook Messenger conversation. Obviously, you tell them that that's what's going to happen, right? You don't just like land in their inbox and scare them like some weird stalker, okay? So why I wanted to show you some of those different ads rather than just like a straight out Facebook ad or boosting post is that I want to show you that those ads not only are simpler than running a big funnel, but you can get started with them right away, but they're actually more effective than boosting a post, okay? So these can lead to your first paying clients using Facebook ads, and they most definitely will lead to more of an audience that you can circle back to later if you're still shaping some of your offers, okay? If you're still in I'm not sure land, then I'll be able to talk to you tomorrow more about dialing in your message to market, so you can confidently then start doing some list building with your advertising as well, okay? So hopefully that gives you a place to start thinking. Who has questions for me before we wrap up? I'm trying to keep these sessions to an hour if we can, so people don't have to trawl through too much. I'm coming back tomorrow at the same time. Make sure that I schedule that. I don't think I did that today. And we're going to be bringing it together so you can multiply your impact, your profit, your revenue. I'm going to show you exactly a way to go deeper with me on everything we've talked about this week. So you can absolutely ask me questions here. Watch the videos before they come down next Wednesday, but there's going to be a way for you that, is like value. It's going to cost less than or the same as your first client, depending on what you price it at. So that is super cool. But if you've got some more questions as well, happy to answer. I can actually see them today on my other thing too, which is awesome. You might just be like, oh my God, that's so overwhelming. I don't even want to try. How do you get started? You could just get started with one of those engagement ads. So if you have been posting on your business page, so you do need a business page if you want to run Facebook ads, okay? So that is not your profile. You can go, when you're on your profile, you can go to the left and go to create a page on there, okay? If you want a video on how to do that and get started with that, happy to drop that in. I'm sure I have one. I can put to the link. So if enough of you let me know videos that you need, I can pop them in there for you as well. I have those on hand, ready to go. But what if there's one thing that I want to leave, I can't see any questions there. It's probably because Facebook ads overwhelm the heck out of everybody, and I totally understand it. No, I don't have the booklet filled out, but I talk through each of the sections in the videos. So all the videos are in the guide section, so you can go back and fill them out as you go along. If there's a certain one you missed, post it and I'll tell you what the word was, if that helps as well, to go through it, because I've just handwritten it here for you. But if there's a question about something in there too that you're not quite sure of or don't understand, please ask that absolutely. But I want people to go through, if I give you the workbook, you're not going to come and show up live and work through the content and take what you need, because we've still got one session to go tomorrow, okay? So I want to make sure you come and you watch the content and you move through this, because if you can start opening up to these ideas, start even getting clearer on packaging your offer, getting clearer on what your message is, and understanding that, yeah, Facebook ads are going to be something that you need, that is going to move you forward and position you as a totally in-demand life coach, okay? Rosalie, I like that Facebook always wants me to do ads for all posts. Yeah, they like to suggest, right? Yeah, you definitely don't have to do that. You can still be posting. Oh, good. I'm glad you've written notes over at Rosalie. Awesome. I'm glad it's been helpful, and you have been doing the work, showing up live to every session. I've loved having you here. It's so cool to have people live. If you've missed it live and you're watching on replay, you can always hashtag replay. You'll see in some of the threads that I'm definitely having conversations, answering questions. That is my jam, so I am here for it. But if there's no other questions, I'll leave it with you for today. We've got session 4 tomorrow. Do not miss it. It is going to be huge. I'm going to be stepping you through how to activate all this, how to pull it together, and next steps, and still answering questions for you as well. Oh, great, Claire, you made my day. Thank you. Only reason I have no questions now is because you made so much sense. Thank you. I hope so. As I said, I'm here for it. And I like to reward the people who show up live with opportunities to get coached too. So lovely to have you here. I hope you have a beautiful day or an evening. Thank you, Rosalie. I appreciate you being here. And I hope to see you tomorrow. Okay, guys, take care.